I was at a conference a couple of years ago and I heard this quote. Some of you may have heard it. The future's already here, it's just not evenly distributed. The future's already here, it's just not evenly distributed. Nowhere is that more true than in the space of banking technology. The big banks, they've got the tech, right? We've all heard JP Morgan Chase, their little humble brag that they have more developers than Google and more technologists than Microsoft. What about the small banks? What about the credit unions, the medium-sized banks, the community banks? StreetShares is here to level that playing field. Good morning, my name is Mark Rockefeller. I'm one of two co-founders of StreetShares, along with Mickey Conson. With me on stage here, we have Mohan Rao, who is our Chief Product and Technology Officer, Tanya Zimmerly, who's our Head of Product, and Sanjay Bhaskar, who is our Head of Partnerships. And we are absolutely thrilled to show you this great equalizing technology. This is the StreetShares Small Business Lending as a Service platform. I want you to know three things about this platform right up front. Number one, it allows any client of ours, a credit union, a small bank, even non-FIs, to make small business loans up to $250,000 in a 100% digital way. Number two, this is up and running in a client's office on their website within 30 days. It requires zero integration with your tech core. And number three, if you don't like these loans, we will fund them. They can be funded by us or funded by you at your choice. Just this morning, in fact, American Banker did a feature on us and this technology and the demo that we're doing right here for you now. We couldn't be happier to be here.
Excellent. Thank you, Mark. So here's the challenge. There's over 10,000 banks and credit unions in America. Fewer than a dozen have a small business online loan experience. Think about that for a second. Online lending, though, online loan applications have more than doubled in the last 2 years. Unfortunately, not with community banks and credit unions. What you need to quickly be in this space is a FinTech partner that requires very little tech lift, no core integration, and can be stood up in less than 30 days. Additionally, if you look at this process and you say, okay, I want to remember one thing from this demo, remember this. If you use the StreetShares platform, you get a small business loan department stood up instantly at your fingertips on your desktop or on your phone.
Let's look at the platform first from the perspective of a borrower applicant. The application is 100% mobile responsive. It's dynamic. Also, the application can be branded in the credit union or bank's logo and colors, or we can co-brand it with StreetShares. As the applicant is filling out the form, the underwriting process has already begun. It's a very dynamic link between the application and the underwriting system. Also, at various parts of the application, it's possible for us to cross-market your other products. To enhance the user experience of the application form, what we've done is there are dozens of integrations running in the background. You see the bank account integration there. There are integrations with accounting systems, integration with taxes, and so on and so forth. We've put a lot of thought into constructing this application. There's a lot of science that's gone into it to optimize on pull-through and completion rates. If you don't have an online application in 2020, or if you don't have an online intelligent application in 2020, it's really table stakes, and you're going to be losing customers, period.
So both the co-founders of StreetShares were military veterans before we became entrepreneurs. I'm not sure if it was seeing Top Gun in '86 when it came out or the new Top Gun coming out next year. But this reminds me of like a heads-up display on an F-16 or F-14, right? That's actually not what it is. This is the view that StreetShares has when we are underwriting a client and providing these lending as a services to our credit unions, banks, or non-FIs. We take over 400 data points and we summarize it into a single database here. This is also supplemented by human underwriters who can apply human judgmental underwriting as appropriate. We principally underwrite based on cash flows. That's the way that a bank or a credit union would do it. We look at credit scores. We look at the SBFE, the small business credit scores. We look at individual risk modifiers. This platform also takes into account liens, UCC, social media, KYC and AML is included, state lending compliance is included, and we can handle multiple co-guarantors as well. As I mentioned in the beginning, we focus principally on a cash flow-based underwriting. That's how a bank or credit union would do it. We do that actually down to the transaction level data. And StreetShares does all of this for you. You as the bank or the credit union don't have to lift a finger.
Now, let's take a quick look from the bank or credit union perspective. You get, as I mentioned earlier, this can be stood up at your bank or credit union in less than 30 days. Think about that as you look at projects. What you get for your branch personnel, your people in your call center, is you get a dashboard view that's built for you. This takes into account everything from the application to underwriting to decisioning to servicing and to funding. It's all encompassing. All these tools are available to your folks for a complete transparent look at what's going on with the business process. If you ever wanted to do a deeper dive into your customer, you just hover over the tiles, you get all the customer data. If you want to reach your customer, you can do it directly through the dashboard.
Also included in the platform is a marketing and performance management dashboard. And this is for the use of your marketing managers and business executives. As you can see, there is demographics data, there's revenues, and there's also a heat map of loan geography. The data here is very rich. You can now use this to cross-market your other products along with the small business lending product and optimize the outcomes. We also have a lot of small business expertise within our company, small business marketing expertise that we can leverage to optimize your marketing outcomes.
We're here to meet with bankers, credit union executives, and partners that can help us take this to all 10,000 banks in America. Please come find us in the expo hall or on the far left side. Thank you so much.